Hello, hello, and welcome to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, March 15th. Uh, Let me say what? Happy St. Patrick's Day. This weekend, of course, our Irish American will be celebrating St. Patty's Day. So, hey, happy St. Patty's Day. Again, thanks for tuning in to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy. Hey, God bless you. Again, it's Friday, March 15th. We're halfway through the month of March. The weather has been beautiful. Now, I know we've got a few clouds coming tomorrow, but the weather's been pretty good, so I'm not going to complain about the weather. Again, we're halfway through March. It's St. Patty's Day, which is usually a very festive weekend in Dallas. So, hey, be safe out there. I know you guys are gonna go chug a lug some Irish ale and some Guinness. So hey, be careful out there. Okay, be safe. Uh, so again, thanks for tuning into the channel. Hey, if you have not subscribed to Eyes of Faith with Michael Roy, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, help me. I'm asking for your help. Help me to continue to grow this channel, help us reach more people. First of all, with the good news of Jesus Christ, the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ, which of course, we dropped a video today, which is, a witness sharing the gospel, the good news, giving people opportunity to come to Christ. We dropped that video earlier today, and I'm hoping that we will reap uh, a harvest from that. But we're here for, first of all, the primary reason for the gospel, but we're here also to edify you in terms of helping you understand politics, helping you understand your role in politics, helping you understand what's going on in your financial world, in your social world, with all the issues going on in our society regarding these social issues, LGBTQ, transgenderism, lawlessness is abounding in our streets. Uh, we as Christians, and I'm talking about Christians specifically, we can't sit by and just say, God got it. No, God, we are his hands, we are his feet. We must get our hands dirty too. So God's asking us to get involved. It's amazing to me that when conservative Christians get involved, it's separation of church and state. The church shouldn't be involved in this kind of stuff. But liberals have been going into churches for years. The black church is pretty much a arm of the Democratic Party. But when conservatives, like here in Dallas, Robert Jeffress, the First Baptist Dallas, I mean, the media hates him because he's a pastor, he's a teacher, he serves as a pastor of a big church, but he supports Christians' right to get involved in politics on a daily basis, and he encourages it. And we should be encouraged. This is our world. We're all in this thing together, so we've got to get involved. So, hey, I'm involved. I'm a black rebel conservative. I am involved fully. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, but I believe that God has put us here for a purpose to make sure that we put his footprint on whatever's going on in the culture. So if you have a problem with church and state, then this is not the channel for you. We discuss politics, we discuss religion, we discuss culture issues. Man, we're going to touch everything. Nothing is taboo. Whatever it is, if we can bring some insight on, it's going to help you be a better person, be a better Christian. It's going to help your community, help people at large, and we're going to do it. So that's it. Again, if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. If you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button, okay? Now, let me tell you what we're on about today. And I'm going to try to make this introduction brief. But I've been having a debate over the last, I guess, 3-4 months with a friend of mine. Let's call him Larry. Anyway, Larry's been a friend of mine for a while, but we've been debating about the politics of, of course, Donald Trump is this evil villain, this monster, this rapist, this evil, vile, vicious man. And how could I, as a Christian and a leader in the church supports such a monster. And I say, wow, wow. So how are you going to judge another brother? How you going to judge somebody? That's why I come at him like that. But I say, well, Trump is all that. Trump is mean-spirited. Trump has done a lot of things wrong. I know he has. So, I mean, I've done a lot of things wrong. But my point is, if you're going to come at me with that on Trump, then why are you supporting abortion? Why are you killing babies? Why are you cutting off boys' penises and girls' breasts? Why are you doing all that? I'm just saying, if you're gonna get down and dirty, we can get down and dirty. So we've had this debate back and forth. Of course, he's got his points, I've got my point, and my point is, I believe that conservative Christians have a stronger view of what politics should be in terms of helping people. Meaning, Christians are more aligned with Christ than liberals. I know people ain't gonna agree with that. You don't agree with that? That's fine. You don't agree? I don't care. That's just my point of view. Christians shouldn't support abortion. Christians shouldn't support transgenderism. Christians shouldn't support LGBTQ. I'm just saying Christians shouldn't. But anyway, the Democratic Party has been dependent on a black community's vote for years. And it appears that that's coming to an end. It appears that many blacks are awakening to the deception, the lies, the manipulation of the Democratic Party, and the means in which they've ensnared or trapped or pressured blacks to vote for them. It appears that that is at an end. So today's broadcast, I'm going to use a compilation of different videos to support the fact that Black America is awakening to the deception, the schemes of the Democratic Party, and not just older blacks. A new generation of young Black Americans are awakening to the deception and now have decided to vote for conservatives. So now we're seeing something historic. As in the 50s and the 60s, when many blacks began to vote for the Democratic Party, we're now beginning to see the beginning of a shift that Black Americans are beginning now to vote their own beliefs, to vote for their own values, to vote for what matters to them. Now I'm going to use a few videos. I'm going to start first of all with this video from Jason Whitlock. And the reason I'm using this video from Jason Whitlock to show you is that he echoes my thoughts on how for years the Black community, not the Black, but the Democratic Party, has been using blacks within the community to pressure other blacks to vote for Democrats. They've been using peer pressure, the threat of being ostracized, the threat of being labeled an Uncle Tom or a sellout to force other blacks to continue to vote for the Democratic Party. So listen to Jason for a minute, and I'll chime in as I get the opportunity.
From within the Black community to stay loyal to the Democrat Party. It's like white people aren't policing us and policing our thoughts. Black people are. We're Joy Reid, Al Sharpton, Michael Eric Dyson, all the people in the mainstream media, they're policing our votes and thoughts. Joe Biden, when he says you ain't black if you don't vote for me, he's stealing that talking point from his black surrogates, his black advisors. They've made voting against your values. Let's say you got conservative values. You don't really believe in abortion. You don't believe in same-sex marriage. They use other black people to say, man, throw them values out the window. You know them people on the Republican side, they're racist. Go ahead and vote for these people that are pro-abortion, pro-same-sex marriage, pro-alphabet mafia. throw your values out the window. That is what's going, and it's been particularly acute, in my view, with black men and black women in a relationship, marriage or a relationship. The black woman leverages the black man to vote her politics and to throw his values out the window. I want to play you a clip from BET.
Okay, so now we see that you see what Jason is saying. For years, I don't know if maybe you saw that movie. Now I'm gonna be honest, it's a kind of a crude movie, so you have to, if as a Christian you're gonna have problems with foul language and things. I understand that, but from a story standpoint, it's historical slavery based. Django with Jamie Foxx and anyway, the black guy. I can't think of his name now. But anyway, the black guy who plays the butler for the Leonardo DiCaprio. In his role, he is the house Negro. This, of course, trying to rein everybody in. They're trying to rein everybody in the tattletale, if you will, or to hold down other blacks for Leonardo DiCaprio in this movie, The Django Unchained. What Jason is saying is for years, the Democrats have paid people like Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, you name them, he's paid them to stick their finger in the air and to point the black people in the direction that they want them to go. This has been happening for years. It's no secret. Everybody knows it. But the time has happened now that many black Americans are waking up to what's going on. So, hey, the Democrats are upset. They're frustrated. They're scared. I'm going to play you another cut. Now, this cut is actually a couple of years ago, because this move from the Democrats to Republicans started a couple of years ago. And this young lady gives you some insight into what the Democrats are thinking along these lines.
From the Newsweek, I'm literally reading you the first few words, word for word, what the article says. Now listen, it says Election Day is 2 weeks away and the left is freaking out about losses among minority voters such as blacks. Wants a reliable base of support. That tells you everything you need to know, family, in that one sentence. Are y'all hearing me? The signs of the freak out are everywhere, it says, but especially in the desperate, wacky, and downright insulting tactics that they are currently employing to lure, nudge, and shame blacks into voting for liberal candidates. Now, you can tell they watching black media to get that information.
Okay, now you hear what she said? That they are using blacks and their talking points to try to shame black people into voting their views. This has been happening for years. Even now, as I talked about my friend Larry, when we talk, he sometimes I have to check him because he tries to come to me in a kind of a condescending way to, like, hey man, you're out of place voting for Donald Trump. He don't care about black people. Well, the thing is, you're telling me don't vote for Donald Trump, but you voting for a straight out guy who has a history of being a racist. Joe Biden ran with a leader named Byrd, who was a senator for a long time, who was in the KKK. Strom Thurmond, who was in the KKK. These weren't secrets. These people were KKK members, and even black people who were in Congress knew it. But in these crazy situations that many of us as black people find ourselves in, we listen to these people who have been paid, to hold us down, who have been paid to make us suppress our values, who have been paid to lead us as black Americans in the wrong direction. to stop us from voting our interests. The whole purpose of voting is to vote my interests, to vote what's important for me and my house. And for too long, many of us as Black people been voting contrary to our interests because they've been using our own Black people to try to shame us. They say, oh, you're Uncle Tom. Oh, you're Oreo. Oh, you with the white folk. Now, I had a cousin say that, oh man, the white folk got you. I did a video response to Jason Aldean's video and try this in a small town. And I had a cousin come and say, when I, garnered support for Jason Aldean, he goes, and he wrote this, oh, Mike, you down with the white people now. You supporting white people. Jason Aldean, that song is racist. Dude, don't try to label me. I know who I am. See, that's the issue. Right now, the Democrats are upset, frustrated, aggravated because many Black Americans are awakening to their lies, their deception, and their foolishness. And now because Black America's eyes are awakening, many people are saying, they lied. So what are we doing now? We're making better decisions. So not only are Black Americans moving from a Democratic Party, but many of them are actively voicing their support for Donald Trump. But first, we're going to go to this next video, which actually backs up what I say, that support for the Democrat is going down as far as Blacks are concerned, and support for the Republicans going up as far as it relates to Black America. Check out this video.
For the Black community, but Fox polling from 2020 and 2023 shows his popularity among these voters plummeting, while Donald Trump has seen a substantial boost. Here to discuss further is co-host of Revolutionary Blackout Network and host of the Savvy Saps podcast, Sabrina Salvati. Welcome, Sabrina.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. So do you buy, the administration's claims that everybody, including everybody in the Black community, should just be all fine and dandy with how things have turned out?
I do not. I think that I have heard more from Black people that they're not willing to just cave over and vote for the Democratic Party this time around. I think that poll is very telling. This is the first time, at least since I've been eligible to vote, where I've seen 20% support from African Americans for a Republican presidential candidate. So Donald Trump's support among African Americans has actually increased compared to where it was in 2020. And I think the Democratic Party should be very concerned about this. I think this idea that Donald Trump is scary, and I'm just not convinced that message about Donald Trump is going to work with Black voters this time around in 2024 the way that it did in 2020. And I say this because during 2020, that was a chance when we were like, well, we could have a Biden presidency and it could be different compared to how it was with Donald Trump. Well, now we've had both. We've had a Biden presidency and we've had a Trump presidency. And a lot of African American voters feel that economically their life is not improved and it's actually become worse under Joe Biden presidency.
Okay, now, wow. Now, you see that? One of the points that I want to make is she said how the media has been trying to frame Donald Trump as this monster. He's evil. He gonna kill all of y'all. He gonna put y'all back in chains. If you don't vote for me, you ain't Black. She echoes. She's out there. She hears. She's a podcaster. She has a nice audience, and she says she's listening. She hears people saying, "Oh man, they tricked us. They trying to frame Donald Trump as this evil, mean, racist." Oh, they said no. Because you know why? Many of them experienced the years when Donald Trump was the president. And now they're able to juxtapose Trump's president administration with Biden's administration. When they put Trump's administration and Biden's administration side by side, they go, they go, So now they're thinking, they're saying, why are they trying to vilify Trump? Oh, because Trump's program was probably better. And so this is the dilemma the Democrats are facing. They are hemorrhaging black voters. They don't want to, the news don't want to report it. They're trying to hide it. The reason I'm doing this video is a way to awaken more black Americans to this fact that many black Americans have now awakened and are aware of the lies, the deception, the betrayal of the Democratic Party, and even some of the black leaders in the Democratic Party who've been paid to lie to us and to mislead us for their own selfish aggrandizement. The jig, as they say, is up. The jig is up. The jig is up. Blacks are waking up, and Donald Trump is going to be the beneficiary of this historic great awakening of black America. Donald Trump will again be the president of these United States. You got to look out for my family. If many more black Americans will wake up and say, wait a minute, man, you taking money out of my pocket. You taking food out of my kid's mouth. I can't buy my kid a new pair of shoes. I can't take my family on a decent vacation. The young man said, hey, I got to handle my business. I got to look out for me and my family. I can't just be voting Democrat because I'm black. That's over. He said, that's over. I'm through voting Democrat just because I'm black. It's time for a change. The brother says something got to change. And the change is coming. There's a song that said change is coming. A change is coming. A change is coming. I got one more I want to show you. I'm going to go back to Jason Whitlock. And if I can pull it up.
And again, this is the kind of stuff.
Listen, let me set this up. Let me set this up first. Jason now was introducing this young couple. There's a black couple he's going to introduce. And one of the tricks the Democrats have been using is using our black women to hold us down, because we love our black women, because we want to care for them, be their security, be their help, be there for them. They've been using black women against us for a lot of years, and the black vote has been suppressed because stats show that most men vote conservative, because most men are concerned about feeding their families, taking care of their families, securing their families. They care for police, they care for taxes. Men look at the big picture, and so they mostly vote conservative. But in the black community, the Democrats have seduced black women into duping or coercing their men into supporting the Democratic Party. Well, guess what? A lot of black men are waking up to that and saying, I can no longer go along with you, dear. As the man of this house, as the head of this home, we must vote differently than we've been voted, because it's hurting us to continue to support a party that no longer supports us. So as I set this up, it showed you this picture of this voting pattern that this couple has been on. And now, because of the man changing his mind, now they as a couple are going to move from the Democratic Party to the Republican Party. Oh, it's a beautiful thing. And the Democrats hate it. So let's go ahead and
So in 2008 and 2012, you voted for
Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. 2016,
I voted for Donald Trump.
Hillary Clinton. 2020,
Donald Trump.
Biden. And who will you vote for in 2024?
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. You may vote for the former president.
I may.
Why do you say that?
My views on certain things have changed. I am very much so riding the fence.
What are you struggling with
being in a pattern of doing the same thing that I've been doing, because it's kind of like second nature. Like when you go in a poll, you hit Democrat. Something has to happen. I mean, it's just so expensive to survive. And we're planning on having kids. I don't want to live in a stressful environment trying to rub two pennies together to try to make it either.
When did you make that decision to check a different box?
Donald Trump's first term. I'm saying first term because I'm pretty sure he'll be in there for a second term here soon. But in either case, post-Obama, I decided that the party just wasn't suitable to the goals that I had.
How did you come to that conclusion? Because at the end of the day, former President Obama was the first African-American president in history.
That's just
I
true.
mean, as a black man, I would assume that meant something.
Absolutely. You know, I attended the inauguration on his first term. I grew up outside of Washington, D.C. in the 80s and 90s, came through the system as an institutional Democrat, went through a lot of the experiences that young black men go through, good and bad. Ended up leaving that environment, grew up, started looking at the world through a new lens.
Man, now that's important. Now we see the growth of this young man and his fiance. We see him showing a picture of how he used to think, and as he grew and as he worked, looked like they may be a professional couple. As he worked and he's grown, he's maturing, and now he sees his family is the most important thing. And now he, of course, has been enlightening his fiance. And so now she now is seeing things differently. Listen to me now, for too many years, the Democrats have infantilized Black America. Now, I don't want to be patronizing or condescending, but what I mean by infantilizing is that the Democrats have been treating Black America like little kids. Oh, we got this. We're going to take care of this. Y'all don't worry. We got y'all. Well, look where they've got us. Our streets of most of our Black urban areas are full of crime, buildings decaying. Look at Chicago. The people in Chicago are upset. They frustrated. I didn't do the video on there, but I could have. I mean, Chicago said they're going to be red. Chicago said they're going to turn their city red. My point is, this young man and his fiance, they've grown, they matured. They refuse to be infantilized. They refuse to be treated like babies and little children. They said, listen, we understand what we need, and we have plans and desires and goals and objectives, and we need to vote based on those plans, desires, and objectives. So we're going to vote for our interests. Listen, they're voting for their interests, not for the interests of just the Democrats. And my appeal to many Black Americans is it's time for you as well to wake up to the lies, the deceptions, the manipulation of the Democratic Party. Are many of the Republicans corrupt? Yes. Is that there's enough blame to go around in both parties? Yes. But my intention is, when I look at Donald Trump, as far as the presidency goes, when I look at Donald Trump, despite his personal idiosyncrasies, whatever deal he had with dealing with women and all that stuff is in the past. This man has demonstrated his ability to lead, to galvanize an administration to get things done. If you want a leader who can get things done and get this country back on an even keel, then Donald Trump is the man. But the purpose of today's video is just so you could see that Black America is awakening to the schemes, the tricks, the deception of the Democratic Party. And they are moving up, packing their bags, and leaving the plantation. And this is the Hour of Faith with Michael Roy. Hey, God bless you. Thanks for tuning in to the channel. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you don't like it, tell me why. But either way, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. Hey, God bless you, and God keep you. Until next time, you have a blessed day. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you.